You for joining me, broadcasting from the Radio on Fire studios here in Baltimore, Maryland. Wow, not everyone is pleased with Nicki Minaj's performance last night. And for those that don't know, Nicki Minaj was the featured musical guest on the season finale of Saturday Night Live. Okay. And she performed one of her songs, one of her recently released songs. She performed a song called Chun-Li. So needless to say, a song called Chun-Li is going to have some of the culture of where this character is derived. So for people that don't know Chun-Li, so we're going to go briefly into what Chun-Li is. What is Chun-Li? Now, some people may not know. Chun-Li is a character in Street Fighter, the Street Fighter series. She came out in Street Fighter 2, for people that remember that. But the Street Fighter 2, the World Warrior, so way back in 91, this character came out, Chun-Li. So Chun-Li is a very popular figure in the comic books, video game world, and Capcom was the company that put out Chun-Li. But anyway, so the issue that some people have, so Chun-Li is supposed to be an empowering thing. It's supposed to be she's the first female in this Street Fighter thing, and she has it's she's called like the first lady of video games. Like it's like a big deal for that. And I guess Nicki Minaj is trying to draw some parallel to herself being in a male-dominated field and Chun-Li being in a male-dominated video game world, right? But everybody, as I said, everybody's not happy with Nicki Minaj's performance. I saw the performance. I thought the performance was good. She rocked the Saturday Night Live stage and helped them bring their season to a finale. It's obvious that she was going to do at least, one of those songs that she just recently released. Now, accompanied by some Asian background dancers and dressing in traditional Asian garb, Nicki Minaj channeled her inner warrior, and she shut the show down. I thought she did a good performance. Now, through the character, she was trying to channel Chun-Li through her rhymes, and it was deemed inappropriate by some people who took their opinions to social media. And so now it's talk on social media that she was being culturally some cultural appropriation charges, really. So she chopsticks in her bun set the stage, and it was an Asian style pavilion background to help things put you in the right zone. But some people took it to the extreme, just taking it too far. Let's keep in mind, Nicki Minaj is just paying homage to the first female Street Fighter character, but they're saying that it was cultural appropriation. That's what they're saying. Cultural appropriation, and all over Twitter, they were saying that it was offensive for the representation of the Japanese culture. Offensive. She was not trying to offend in any way, I'm sure. And it didn't come off offensive to me. But, when I'm obviously not of Asian descent, so I'm trying to figure out what was offensive. So many mentioned past situations where high school students went viral and was being attacked for being accused of being, doing some cultural appropriation when she wore some Chinese-inspired dress to a prom. Now, let's keep in mind, people are going to say whatever they want to say. Just because people say it, and if 10 people say something, that doesn't mean that it's true. People say Trump didn't have any collusion, but that doesn't mean that he didn't just because a couple people said it. So, I mean, I wanted to talk about it because for a lot of times when we speak about cultural appropriation, I think that what happens is that people oftentimes it's applied to situations that just don't represent the situation correctly. It just doesn't accurately fit. Eating food from a variety of cultures or learning about different cultures is not cultural appropriation. It's not. It's a lot of times we lose focus of what it means. It's when a elements of a minority culture are used by members of a dominant culture. So, and it's looked at as negative. So, I mean, it's looked at, just in a negative way, trying to demean it or belittle it or just, just by shrinking it in the effects that it would have, the culture, and portraying it harmfully. Nicki Minaj did not do that at all. She was paying homage. So I think that a lot of times, if a member of another culture adopts something from another culture, the people of the culture that was adopted automatically want to say, some people want to say cultural appropriation, and that's just not it. I mean, it's just not it. So I think that this is another example of when people talk about something and then it's going to lose some of the steam when we actually have a situation where that happens. You know what I mean? It's something that's supposed to be harmful to the contemporary culture, right? A violation. You know what I mean? Something like that. I mean, it's often unavoidable when multiple cultures come together that you're going to have some of that. But I mean, it's interesting. People on Twitter just talking crazy. I don't think that I think that this was themed. I think this Chun-Li is a theme that she was doing, and it represents a powerful woman, and she was just trying to portray that. And in order to, I mean, was she supposed to have some of the brothers up there with radios or their arms folded and gold chains? It wouldn't have went. It wouldn't have went correctly. But I mean, it's interesting. So let me know your thoughts. As I said, I do not think that this was any way a bad thing. I think that Nicki was just trying to, just trying to channel the character. Becoming a character isn't something new when it comes to Nicki Minaj and her art, her performances. She takes on the Barbie character. That's a character. Is that cultural appropriation? White people mad about that? Because she's taking on that character of the Barbie, and then she does everything with the Barbie. There's no way of saying that I don't see how this performance was the straw that broke the camel's back. So far, Nicki has not responded to any of these allegations, and I doubt that she will, because I don't think that she did anything wrong. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at The Diamond K Show, at RadioOnFire. Of course, miss any episodes of our show, hit the subscribe button so you can get those notifications. Also visit RadioOnFire.com. I will be here tomorrow morning, 9 a.m.